Alright, so when I was gonna make this video originally, I was gonna make it really more positive, because that was my intention, when I was thinking about this. But unfortunately, I do have to bring up some other things. The boogeyman of, um, I guess, foreigners and immigration and all of that. So, unfortunate. But let's start with the positive things first. So, obviously, as you're aware, the World Cup is in America. I didn't know that there was a World Cup for soccer or football. Mostly because who gives a fuck about soccer in America? It's funny that I say that because I played soccer for like 2, 3 years now as a kid. So it shows just how important soccer is to Americans. Um, but obviously, as you can tell, if you've been online and all the reaction by the visitors to this country has been very positive overall, with the exception of the Australians for some fucking reason. Yeah, it's mostly been positive. I've been enjoying it. This sports run that's been going on recently. First with the Knicks win, even though I'm not a fan of basketball, seeing the Knicks win was really cool. And now we have the World Cup. And apparently, if the U.S. gets farther ahead in the games, they might play England on the 4th of July. So everyone's about to see some real freedom now. About to run it back 250 years. Let's go. I've been really enjoying it. I have never really been a big sports guy. I did martial arts for 8 years, but I've never really been a major sports person. But I've been really enjoying seeing all this and seeing how people are reacting to things and how enjoyable this all is. The Scots in Boston was I think the most fun part of the World Cup so far. I was kind of jealous a little when I saw all of that because I kind of wanted to be there too. Also, the Koreans in Mexico. I kind of wanted to be Korean a little bit, just to be a Korean in Mexico when I saw all of that. So that was something, I guess. Oh, it's been really good. It's been really good to see all this stuff, especially with all the negativity that goes on right now. It's been really good to see all of that. Good vibes, whatnot. It's been really interesting to see how Europeans have been reacting to being in America for the first time. And one of the things I have to wonder is, what are y'all eating over there in Europe to be reacting to this? I heard someone say that they had an out of body experience at Golden Corral. I'm a little concerned about what's going to happen when y'all discover Arby's. I mean, I would think prisoners eat worse food than people who willingly subject themselves to Arby's. So I'm concerned now. I'm really concerned about that. The reaction to Walmart has also been interesting. I'm not really sure what it is about Walmart that has these people so excited. I guess it's the size of everything. You know what I want to say, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna be a adult about that. No, but so far it's all been very positive. It's been very cool to watch and see how people are reacting to the U.S. from an outside perspective now. It has actually made me, believe it or not, feel a little patriotic, which is something I didn't think I would ever say in my lifetime. Considering that the U.S. has not done a single good thing since I've been born, except, I guess, Obama. So, but America hasn't really done anything good since I've been born, and so it's cool to see that people are rediscovering why the U.S. is so great. or why it has the potential to be great, I should say. I did think it was interesting that the World Cup teams chose to station themselves in parts of the Midwest and the South rather than the big cities. You know, I suppose maybe they want to avoid distractions, but it still seemed like a bit of an odd choice. But I'm glad with how it turned out. I think it's done wonders for everyone overall. One of the things I do not like, which now we have to get to the negative, is how MAGA has twisted this. MAGA is truly something, when it comes to, twisting the narrative. Because if you remember, MAGA is very anti-immigration, very anti-foreigner. Yet, every comment on Instagram, videos, it's all MAGA talking about how, the liberals' propaganda has been dispelled and whatnot. Because now foreigners can see how great America is. And mind you, these are the same people who voted Donald Trump in. And, I don't think Europeans like Trump, but Europeans are very liberal. Did you know this? Norwegians, I think they have a socialist government. They have free healthcare. Do you think they want to stay here for no free healthcare? They're eating like they have free healthcare because they can. They have free healthcare. They're gonna go back home in a week or so, or however much they can afford to stay out here and then go home. But you fucking degenerate piece of shit, you have destroyed this country's reputation and are now trying to take credit for its resurgence. So fuck you, you lying piece of shit. We have records. We have you on camera saying you do not like immigrants. You do not like foreigners. You like these foreigners because they're white, because they're European. They're the right color for you to allow into your country. You do not like the other foreigners. You don't like the other immigrants. But these immigrants, these foreigners are okay. You know why? You know why you say that? It's bullshit. You, again, I point to MAGA here, you are the most unpatriotic thing to ever happen to this country. You are the most unpatriotic thing to happen to America ever. Except for maybe Israel. Israel's probably more unpatriotic than MAGA. Or maybe it's hand in hand. But, you get the point. I really get pissed off because, I'm watching these videos and I'm enjoying watching these Europeans and these foreigners, the Africans and the Japanese and the Koreans and all these other people discovering America and all these cool things about it. And then here comes the dumb fuck from buttfuck nowhere trying to talk about some, if the liberals' propaganda has been dispelled, it's your propaganda. You did it. You did that. You cannot take credit for this. They don't like you. Alright? They don't like you in the slightest. I mean, we know they don't like. The Europeans don't like you because you were the ones that they were hoping to avoid. When the World Cup was first announced and that was going to be hosted in the US, the Europeans were worried about how bad it was going to be because, again, MAGA is terrible. They're going to fuck it all up for everyone. And honestly, if I had known, not even that, if I really thought about it, if I had known at the time when it was announced, and if I had thought about it, if I really thought about it, I would have thought ICE agents would be all over the fucking stadiums, trying to take away immigrants and foreigners. Because that's something that you would do, that you would applaud. And don't lie and say that you don't, because you're doing it right now. Anyway, so other than MAGA, who has, we'll just stomp on, because that's what you gotta do. The response to America and the World Cup has been largely positive, and I think every every real American, is enjoying this, and is really feeling, patriotic, some sort of patriotism again. Um, I'm not gonna say necessarily that this patriotism is like real patriotism. It's people just like rediscovering why America could be great, but America is not great right now. It just looks great, right? Like, we're just on our good behavior right now because we have visitors over, and as soon as they're gone, it's going to be back to business. Don't get too comfortable with this, because it's not gonna last. Once July rolls around and the World Cup ends, back to business, and we're gonna be, struggling with each other and trying to make this work. Yeah, I do hope that things get better amongst us as time goes on, but like I said, I think the good vibes are just a temporary thing. It's not going to last, and once they leave, those things everything's just go back to how it was before, and we're gonna have to wrestle with the fact that we know that this country could be great, but it's not, and we know who's preventing it. We know that the people in power are only going to make it worse now that they have been exposed, really. I also have to pose the question, what are they saying in Europe or around the world about America that, made you think that was so bad, Europeans? Because I believe I do have a very small section of Europeans, of Englishmen and Germans, in my viewer base. Hello there. What are they telling you about this country that makes you so scared about it? Because it'd be good to know. But other than that, I think these things are very good for America, very good for the American people, and hopefully it will shine a light on us to show us that things can be better, and things should be better, and that we might actually try and do something in order to change things, rather than being bystanders and just allowing it to happen. I think it's very important for us to recognize that things can be good, but it really only comes so long as we're able to be united. Right? This is the United States, and the only way this works is if we are all united. So yeah, I think we'll just leave it there. Yeah. See ya.